So now I would like to introduce, and it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Chiara Gabbi. She is the scientific coordinator of the OSCI Academy, but she is, has her CV, she is a physician, scientist. She specialized in internal medicine. She is from Italy, but she has spent a large part of her career abroad, first at the Karolinska Institute, where she obtained a licentiate degree and a PhD in medical science. Then she moved to USA. She was there a research assistant professor at the University of Houston and scholar at Harvard Medical School. In her research interest, she focused on metabolism and liver diseases, biliary tract cancer, and personalized medicine. And besides her work as a physician scientist, she has been always an educator and trainer of junior scientists. Her topic on grantsmanship is driven her to author special article series for the European Journal of Internal Medicine, together with Dr. Sauer, that she is also with us today. She published a book in Italian for fundamentals of grantsmanship, and she has coordinated and mentored different projects such as on the cost actions, precision BTC, and NeuroCholangioNet, dedicated to young and junior scientists. She serves as a reviewer and study section member and president for the agencies both in USA and Europe, and she has authored a numbers of publications, and for her research she has received different awards. So after saying this, I welcome Dr. Chiara Gabbi, and the floor is yours, please.
Thank you, Carla, so much, and welcome everyone to this third webinar of the OSCI Academy that I have the honor of coordinating. So let's jump immediately into my presentation, Grantsmanship, Developing Impactful Grant Proposal and Mastering the Reviewer Insight. So what is grantsmanship? Grantsmanship is considered the art of writing a research grant proposal. If we think about art, for instance, painting, sculpturing, we need first of all to learn technicalities related to painting before letting our creativity flowing in a fantastic paint. In the same way, we need to learn technicalities of grantsmanship. Grantsmanship stands on technical pillars. The first one is science methodology. What we propose in a grant application should be top-level science. There is no way we are going to get money if we propose something sloppy, if we propose a study design with bias, if there is something wrong, for instance, in the statistical analysis. So top-level science is the first technical pillar of grantsmanship. Then scientific writing and communication technique. Writing a grant proposal is different from writing a research article, from writing a review article, or any other form of scientific communication. So there are technicalities related to writing, and we will have the presentation of Dr. Sauer. She will give us tips on how to write in a grant proposal. And third, the third technical pillar of grantsmanship is marketing. When we submit a grant proposal to a funding agency, we are literally selling our science to a funding agency. We are selling our team, we are selling our institution. So we need also to learn how to market our science and what we do. And I start from marketing. Marketing is a discipline that focuses on understanding the need of customers in order to sell a good product that will meet the customer's need. So marketing understands the customer, provides a product, and also gives a vision of what will be possible thanks to the product. The attention of marketing is on customer, on his or her needs. The attention of grantsmanship is on a reviewer, and on founding agency. So our first customer is a reviewer. The first person we have to convince is a reviewer. I know you are probably thinking, well, but I want to solve the need of patients. Patients are my customers. I want patients then to use my new drug. Well, yes, our long-term customer are patients. But first of all, we have to convince a reviewer that what we propose can really change the history of a disease, can really change a treatment of something specific. And also we need to convince a founding agency and understand what are the needs of a founding agency. What is a founding agency looking for when the founding agency publishes a call for a proposal? So let's stick on this understanding the customer. It's very important to know that we have power to choose our customer. So ask yourself really, when you look for applications, who is the right customer for me and for my idea? Check a founding agency. During our first 2 webinars of the Academy, really we saw European and not only founding agency supporting cancer research. So check a founding agency, the mission of the founding agency, the objective of the call for application. The mission of a founding agency could be support cancer research, and the call for application may have the objective of supporting cancer research and in particular cancer prevention. So you should shape the proposal also according to what is the objective of the application. And then always check the type of grant that the agency supports. As you know, there are 2 different types of grants: research grants, money given to do a research project, and fellowship grants, money given to do a training through research. This is the case of a Marie Curie fellowship. We have talked about this. So you do undergo training while doing a research project. So what are you looking for and who is the best customer for you and for your idea? Also, you can really choose the profile of experts that may review your grant. How? Well, there is an important homework to do, and I will guide you through the homework. Let's use the European Research Council as an example. If, I hope the link will work and I hope you see my screen now in internet. If we go on the website of the European Research Council, you will find this page. Here see evaluation panels and keywords. Evaluation panels, study section, evaluation committee are present in many founding agencies on the website of many founding agencies. So let's see, we go and check the panels, review panels, and we see that life science, in particular life science, if I'm not wrong, here we are, life science 4-6, fundamental mechanism underlying cancer. So don't stop here. Don't think, okay, I'm doing cancer research, then life science 4-6 is my panel. Well, maybe you are proposing a new drug. You are testing the safety and efficacy of a novel compound for colon cancer. Then maybe your best panel would be a panel in Life Science 7, where there is applied medical technology, diagnostic, therapies, and public health. So check your audience. And ask yourself, who is the best audience for my proposal? Who could appreciate what I propose? And then there is another important page to check on the ERC web page, but again on the web page of the main founding agency, you can see who was a part of the panel. ERC is very transparent in publishing the name of reviewers. So if you go to the website, panel members, we said maybe Life Science 4 is a panel of our interest. You filter and you see reviewers belonging to Life Science 4. Of course, you cannot contact reviewers, it's forbidden, but you can check the profile of reviewers, of panel members, and see if the professional profile of the panel members is in line with what you propose. If not, then try to see what is the best panel for what you have in mind. So I go back to PowerPoint, and here you can see there is another link as an example, the National Institute of Health. I don't go through this. I know there are people from overseas connected, but you can check and choose the study section that for you is the best study section to review your grant. So the key question is, who is going to appreciate what I propose? Basic scientist, clinician, and then check the appropriate study section panels related to what you propose. So some homework to do. And then here there is the evaluation process. Usually there are 5 steps. This is actually a screenshot taken from the website of the European Commission. So the first step is the receipt of proposals. First of all, there is the administrative staff of the founding agency that checks that you meet the eligibility criteria, that your institution meets the eligibility criteria, checks that the paperwork is fine, and then if everything is good, they allocate the proposal to evaluators. Then step 2, there is the individual evaluation. Reviewers, they get your proposal and they have to evaluate your proposal. There is a minimum of 3 experts, usually per proposal. Other times there are more experts, especially in big grants with consortia. Once the individual experts have completed the review, then they form a consensus group. So they are allowed to talk with each other, and they discuss together, and they agree on a common position on your proposal. So they agree on the score, and they agree on the justification of the score. What is produced by the consensus group then goes to the final review committee, to the final panel. They check a consistency across the evaluation. If necessary, they resolve cases where evaluators were unable to agree, and they rank the proposal using the numeric score. And finally, there is the commission, the agency that puts together the final ranking list. So these are the steps of the review. Let's see who are the reviewers. So reviewers are scientists that are expert in your field and or in the general area of your interest. So if you are working on ABC and colon cancer, for sure you will have a reviewer expert on ABC and colon cancer. The second reviewer may be a GI oncologist, a more general oncologist. Why is this important? Because what you write should be clear to both an expert and a not expert audience. So guide your reader through the narrative. Don't use not standard abbreviation. Guide the narrative in a way that also someone that is not expert on ABC and colon cancer can understand what you are proposing. And then reviewers have expectations. They expect to find specific information in specific parts of your proposal. They expect to read specific words or sentences in a specific part of the proposal. And look, when expectations are not met, you may reviewers may lose trust in what you write or may feel lost. So the enthusiasm towards your application may get lower. So we will organize, and there will be the announcement at the end of our webinar. We will have a residential course on grantsmanship where we will analyze all the part of an application form, telling you what to write and where. Examples, the innovation statement, the significance statement, the central hypothesis are parts of the proposal that reviewers are looking for. And finally, reviewers are investing their extra time in reading. Now we have really to use emotional intelligence. Reviewers are, for instance, oncologists. They work the whole week, the whole day in the clinic. They have teaching commitments. They do research. They may have some administrative responsibilities. So during the evening or in the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, they review grant applications. So be reviewer friendly, because the person that is reading your proposal is reading your proposal late in the evening or during the weekend. So this person is very open, but also it's easy to make upset someone on Saturday morning. So be reviewer friendly. How to be reviewer friendly? Some very simple recommendation. So first of all, format your grant. You can see here how difficult it would be to read the page on your left. The page on your right is easier. Even when you look at this page, is more friendly. You see title in bold, you see spaces, you see there is also the space for a figure, for a graph. So good formatting will facilitate the job of a reviewer. Don't write font 9 just because you did not have time to make shorter your grant. No, be friendly even with the formatting. Also, the format shows a lot about you and how you work. This is part of the non-verbal communication of your grant. And this relates a lot with how you do, for instance, figures. If in the figure of your preliminary data, you forgot to use the scale bar for histology, you don't put the standard deviation when you are presenting data with mean, is not a good impression that reviewers will have. Instead, if you show that you can really manage research data by doing really excellent figures in your preliminary data, well, reviewers will think that you are a good scientist, precise, that you know how to present research data. As I said, use titles, headings, subheadings, and also you can write conceptually important sentences in italic or underline to show what is important to your reviewer. And as I said, pictures have an impact always, so be careful and very precise when you do your preliminary data figures. You can do also figures in which you present your experimental design. And here on the right of the screen, there is a figure actually taken from one of my grants. You see I have the in vitro experiments, the in vivo, I have the induction, prevention, different models, cell culture, mice. Well, if I only describe with words all my experimental groups, my reviewer may get lost. Instead, if I describe what I plan to do and I show the picture with all the flow chart of my experiments, it will be much easier for my reviewer to understand what I plan to do. Remember, figures should always have a legend, and legend should be really precise. You should write what is in the figure, but also give a note on the methods you used, how you presented data, and remember scale bar, bar of standard deviation, standard error, whatever you are presenting. And of course, it's better to do color figures. So, evaluation. have always clear on what you will be evaluated. We heard earlier from Dr. Ellis some notes on the review process and notes on how important are review criteria. So it's very important that you have a clear review criteria on which your application will be judged, will be evaluated. So find the review criteria in the call for application, in the web page of the funding agency, and invest really time to work on the part of the proposals that are contributing to each review criterion. Let's see some example of review criteria. These actually are taken from national founders. We have seen together European founders for cancer research, but remember, a lot of cancer research is sponsored at national level. An example from Italy, the Italian Association for Cancer Research. This is taken from a recent call for application, and you see the review criteria are significance and impact on cancer, innovation, approach, PI profile, the quality of the host institution, and the budget. Another example from Sweden, this is another foundation, not-for-profit, sponsoring cancer research, Cancer Fonden. Basis for assessment, the application will be assessed according to the evaluation criteria below. Again, scientific quality, competence of the applicant, PI profile, relevance to cancer, and if you are proposing a resubmission, scientific process for continuation grants. So find out the review criteria. An example from the NIH, for those of you working in the US, you see here very similar review criteria: significance, investigator, innovation, approach, and then where you work, environment. Okay, so now we are ready to see the European review criteria. You may think, well, but in Horizon Europe, we use excellence, impact, implementation, so there is a difference. Well, the difference is only in the wording. This is an example taken from the Marie Curie postdoctoral fellowship call for application. Reviewers, they evaluate excellence. And when we talk about excellence for the Marie Curie Fellowship, we talk about the excellence of the research project that should be ambitious and go beyond the state of the art. And then also the excellence in what you propose in terms of methodology, interdisciplinarity, in terms of gender dimension. And also the quality of the training that you propose with your fellowship. The training in terms of both technical skills, soft skills, the two-way transfer of knowledge between the fellow and the host institution, and also the professional experience of the applicant. They all go under excellence. So what was evaluated in the previous example as experimental approach, relevance to cancer, PI profile, they all go under excellence. And then impact for a Marie Curie, the impact relates to the impact on the career of the fellow, so employability of the fellow, but also impact on the society in terms of people that are reached by you and your teams with communication activities, impact with an exploitation plan if you plan to do a patent of your research results, and also impact related to the dissemination of your results to the expert in the field, and also impact related to scientific, societally, and economical part of what you propose. And the third criterion is quality and efficiency of the implementation, how you plan the experiments, how you assess risk, and how reliable is your contingency plan. And also where you work, they will check the facility infrastructures of the hosting institution. So you see, the evaluation is similar, only we talk about excellence, impact, and implementation. So once you have ready the review criteria in which your proposal will be evaluated, then you have to have clear this table. An alternative title of this table could be How a Reviewer Thinks. You have to know that for each review criterion, there are different parts of the proposal contributing to the review criterion. So if, for instance, I have to evaluate your proposal for innovation, of course, I will go to your proposal and read the innovation page, the innovation paragraph, but also I will check the experimental design. Are you using cutting-edge methodology or methodologies that are 50 years old? I will check the references. Are your references updated to the current year? Or are they updated to 2020 because this is an old grant that you are resubmitting? Is your hypothesis novel? Are your preliminary results very new, meaning there is nothing similar in PubMed? Then the innovation score will go higher and higher. So get also this table when you write, because once you know on what you will be judged, then you can fix the different parts of the proposals contributing to each review criterion. We have heard from Dr. Ellis the importance of doing a pre-submission review, of involving other professionals in evaluating your proposal before the submission. Well, my advice is this is very important. Please do it, and together with your proposal, give also the review criteria and give this table so you can really have a feedback also in terms of score. So this is what you get actually from the European Commission. An example of an evaluation summary report from a Marie Curie fellowship. There are very precious information to consider. You see there is the total score. There is also the scoring in terms of the range 0 to 5. 0 not so good, 5 excellent, and then for each review criterion, excellence, impact, implementation, you have a number, you have what was evaluated by the reviewer, and you have a strength and weaknesses. This is the report that you get. Don't just read strengths and weaknesses if you need to resubmit your proposal, but work on the numeric score. The numeric score tells you the weight of the identified strengths and weaknesses. So if you read a weakness and then you see that your numeric score is low, it means that this is an important weakness and you should invest time in fixing the weakness. So work both on what reviewers wrote, but also on the score. And this is another example just to show you how important it is to think about the numbers that you get. So on your left, you see a list of the evaluation criteria. We have the numeric score that you got from reviewer 1, what you got from reviewer 2, and the final score, what they agree. There are critical points. The first one, reviewer 1 gave you 2, reviewer 2 5, and then they discuss and they agree for 4. Third line, reviewer 1 gave you 2, reviewer 2 gave you 5, and then they agree for 5, meaning there was something wrong and reviewer 2 convinced the reviewer 1. What could this be? Maybe preliminary data. If we have a weak preliminary data, then we affect feasibility, the first review criterion, and of course we affect the preliminary data evaluation. So numbers can give you also important information. If you decide to resubmit, and please always never give up, always consider resubmissions. Grants are like manuscript. I'm sure you don't publish your manuscript the first time you submit, but at the end, if you resubmit to other journals, at the end you publish your papers. Grants work in the same way. Use the comments of reviewers and then fix your grant according to the comments that you got and work on resubmissions. And finally, now I want to see with you the third point of marketing. I told you marketing is an important pillar of grantsmanship. Marketing wants to understand the need of the customer, and we analyze together who are the reviewers, how they work, on what they use to evaluate your proposal, the evaluation criteria. And now that we understood the process, we need to understand how to give a vision of what will be possible thanks to our proposal. So in order to explain you this, I'm going to show you two pictures actually taken from a video of a commercial. This one is taken from a commercial of a sport equipment company. And you see that you cannot find the characteristic of the sport equipment, but you see this young boy, overweight, that is running, who is running. And then the commercial says greatness is not some rare DNA strand, is not some precious thing. Greatness is no more unique to us than breathing. We are all capable of it, all of us. So if you think the vision here is a vision related to we can all do what we wish, we can all run. It's a vision of inclusivity. It's a vision that has also to do with where we run, where we live. There is a beautiful picture of a landscape. So the vision of what will be possible with the new sport equipment. Another example, this is taken from a commercial of a car company. If you think about commercials of cars, you don't find technicalities related to the engine, related to the wheels, related to whatever of the car. You always see beautiful landscapes, beautiful places that you can visit with your new car. You see pictures of a nice family time in the new car. So you always see the vision of what will be possible thanks to your new car. So give the vision. How? There are specific parts of the proposal that are the vision part. Expected outcome, significance, innovation, impact. During our residential course, we will analyze all these parts. But for now, just know that expected outcome is where you have to write what you expect to find precisely for each main outcome of each aim. Significance is the positive impact that you have because you are going to fill a gap of knowledge that could contribute, and this could contribute to solve the problem related to, for instance, later diagnosis of a disease or high recurrence rate. Innovation, with innovation, you give a vision of what will be possible, what is the progress that we will have thanks to your proposal. And of course, impact is a part where you have to write your vision. And we will hear about from Professor Pasqualini. He's an ERC awardee, and he will share with us how he gave a vision with his ERC, talking about impact. When you give the vision, be credible. This is very important. Your sentences should be objective and precise. So don't write, we plan to adopt a state-of-the-art technology. Be precise. Why write exactly the type of microscope that you plan to use, the instrument. Your claims should be based on evidence. We are scientists. We base whatever we say on data. So show preliminary data in support of your vision. And also support the feasibility. Show your previous work, show your PI profile and team, show with preliminary data that you can really do what you propose to do. So give the vision and be credible when you give the vision. So my final slide, if you want to get to know more, of course, please stay with us in the Academy. However, there are also papers that I publish on grant writing together with Dr. Sauer, and she will be the next speaker. They are published on the European Journal of Internal Medicine, and you can read them and see how to write the different parts of a research proposal. And then for those of you speaking Italian, there is a book that I wrote in Italian regarding grantsmanship, and you can find this on the main book selling platform. And with this, I thank you for the attention, and at the end of our webinar, I'm more than happy to take any questions you may have.